what is Versant round actually is, and why good English is not enough to clear this round. If your placement letter mentions a round called Versant and you have no idea what that means, you are not alone. And in the next few minutes, that is going to change completely. And here is something most of you do not know how to walk in. So, Versant Round is not a human interview or activity. It is fully computer scored test, and there is no interviewer on the other side judging you. No person forming an option about you, and it is a machine listening to your voice and scoring specific things about how you speak. That already changes how you should prepare for it. Now, here is the caution. If you walk into this round thinking it is just like another English test and you wing it the way you did it in your school time, you are very likely to lose the marks. This round has a fixed structure, and if you do not know that structure, you will lose that time and your score confidence in the first 2 minutes of your test. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sangeeta Kumar, TEDx speaker, ICF certified career coach, and I am author of 2 books, and I have trained over 1 lakh professionals across India, and many of them are working in top-notch company. Along with this, I help the students who walk into the exact round with no idea what to expect. I have seen where students like you lose marks and it is almost never where they expect. And here is the second thing worth knowing right away. And the test moves on its own. You cannot pause it in between, you cannot go back, or you can redo your answer, and it moves to the next question automatically, which means the biggest score killer is not bad English, it is hesitation, or a long pause costs you more than a smaller grammar mistake does. Keep that one fact in your head through this entire video because it changes everything about how you should practice. Stay with me till the end, and I am going to share some of the valuable insights. So don't forget to share it with your friends and get the insights inside. I'm going to walk you through exactly what this test measures and it is made of. So nothing about it surprises you on the way. So let's understand why this round exists. Companies like Capgemini, SCL, and KPIT hire thousands of freshers every year, and many for roles where you will be speaking to clients or colleagues in English regularly, and they cannot interview every single candidate personally just to check your spoken English and your communication. So they use this automated test that gives a fast, consistent score for every candidate in the same conditions, scored the same way with no human bias involved. And that's the reason they prefer to have this Versant round. And this is usually one of the very first rounds, often right after alongside your aptitude test, which means it is a gate. If you don't clear it, your technical skills, your resume, your project experience, none of it gets seen. So this round deserves real preparation, not last minute guessing. So here is your first practice task. Treat this round with the same seriousness as you have for your aptitude and some other assessment test. So open your placement schedule right now and check exactly where this round sits. Knowing that changes how you plan your last few days. And once you know where it sits, the next question is obvious. What is actually checking? The 4 things the test is actually measuring: Every response you give, reading, repeating, building sentences, and retelling a story, is scored across four things. Understanding these four changes how you speak into the microphone. Sentence mastery checks whether your sentences are grammatically complete or correctly structured when you speak, not when you write. Small slips like missing an S or getting a tense wrong are noticed here. Vocabulary checks whether you understand and can use a common word correctly in the context. So, how you pronounce the word and how you know the meaning and how you use in your sentence is very important. And these all are about using big or impressive words. So, simple, correct, natural word choice score well. So fluency is about your rhythm and your pace. Are you speaking smoothly without long pause, without excessive or sound, like without rushing so fast that words blur together? Pronunciation checks whether your words are clear enough for the system to understand correctly. And this is not about sounding like a native speaker, it is about being clearly understood. So try this today. Say one full sentence out loud at a normal pace and ask yourself very honestly, was that clear, complete, and steady? That single check tells you more about your Versant readiness than any mock test score will. Once you know what is being measured, the next thing you need to know is how the test itself is built. The test usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes and moves through around 60 short tasks. It includes reading sentences aloud exactly as printed or displayed on the screen, listening to a sentence once and repeat it back exactly without missing a single word, rearranging a jumbled set of words into a correct sentence, and listening to a short story and retelling it in your own words. So each of these is testing a slightly different skill, and we are going to go deep into how to practice each one in the next two videos in this series. Every single one of these tasks moves forward on its own timer, and you get a short window to respond and then moves to the next one, whether you are ready or not. So here is your practice task for this section, because the test does not wait for you. Your goal in practice is not perfection. Your goal is speed and calm. Starting your answer almost immediately without a long pause to plan the perfect sentence. Try answer a question out loud within 2 seconds of hearing it. Even if the sentence is not perfect, the habit alone will protect your score. Now, knowing the structure is one thing, and knowing why even strong speakers stumble here in this part, and that surprises most of you. Why fluent students still fail in this round. And this surprises almost every student I have worked with. Some of them are very confident English speakers, and I have coached and they have scored lower than they expected on Versant. Not because their English was weak, but because of habits that a human listener would never even notice. But a machine picks up instantly. Speaking too fast to sound confident blurs words together for speech recognition system. So long pauses while mentally translating from their first language cost precious seconds. Trailing off at the end of sentences confuses the scoring, and restarting a sentence midway after a small mistake confuses as a system far more than original mistakes would have. And none of these make someone a weak English speaker in real life. But every one of them costs marks here because a machine is listening to you in a different way than a person does. So here is today's practice. Speak at a steady and normal pace, not very fast nor slow. And if you make a small mistake in between the sentence, keep going instead of restarting. Say that out loud to yourself right now, one sentence, one small stumble, and push through to the end without stopping. Finishing imperfectly scores better than stopping to fix it. Now that you know what trips even good speakers up, let us talk about exactly how to start preparing starting today. Here, you do not need special classes or expensive courses to prepare for this round. What you need is daily short spoken practice because this is a physical speaking skill, not just a knowledge test. Read one paragraph out loud every day at a natural pace, recording yourself if possible for you, and practice repeating sentences you hear in the video or from your friend exactly as spoken. So imitation is the key here, and get comfortable speaking without long pause, even if imperfect, and get used to a headset and a quiet room because your test conditions matter as much as your English does. So here is your practice task. Before you close this video, pick one paragraph from anything near you right now, a textbook, a magazine, or any newspaper, or even the script, and read it loud once and a steady pace. This is genuinely how simply this begins. You will understand how your pronunciation and your clarity of your voice and 10 minutes of daily spoken practice for even 1 week will change your verse and score more than any single night of last minute preparation. Now, I want to say something very honestly because I see this fear in almost every student before this round, that if their English is not perfect and they are going to fail, that fear alone often does more damage than their actual English does because it makes them hesitant. And hesitation is exactly what this test penalizes most of you. So you do not require a perfect English to clear this round. You need clear, very sound, steady, and natural English, the kind you already use in everyday communication with your friends, with your classmates, or family members. And the goal is to sound like someone else. It is to speak the way you already can. So, without letting nervousness slow you down. This round is not testing how good your English is, it is testing how calmly and clearly you can use this English language you already have. Now you know exactly what this round is, what it measures, and why fluent students still lose marks on it. That knowledge alone puts you ahead of most student is walking in. So tell me in the comments here, which company's placement drive are you preparing for right now? I read every comment and I want to know where you are in this process. If this has given you a real clarity on what you are actually preparing for, subscribe and share it with your friend because I'll be making the next video based on the same series, and that would be very insightful and useful for you, that how you can crack the real Versant round along with all the pattern what it requires to crack. So this is all for the day. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.